But Goodwill is always a trending term for a lot of those types of videos, and anything that is anti-Goodwill that's bad will? I don't know.
Well, if you got a dollar, won't just lousy down. You know that I got rhythm that could suit your budget fine.
Hey, this is Patrick with Trusty Mercantile. Welcome to my channel. I haven't done a video, haul video in a while, at least nothing that's been unrelated to the Doxy fundraiser. So gratefully on many levels, the fundraiser has ended for this year, so I can go back to a regular semblance of life. And as part of that, I actually did a stop at Goodwill. I do not typically source at Goodwill, not that there's anything wrong with that, but just I don't tend to have a lot of luck there. But in my attempts of cleaning up my house and getting things organized and prepping for my Christmas decorations, I had some items that I was going to donate to Goodwill. So while I was there, I decided to stop by. Now, a lot of resellers are making videos, and a lot of it's about, you know, the buzzwords and the search terms and ways that YouTube will put their video into algorithms. But Goodwill is always a trending term for a lot of those types of videos, and anything that is anti-Goodwill that's bad will? I don't know. Anything that is anti-Goodwill tends to get a lot of attention. And as much as I'm all about anti-whatever, that actually did not sound right at all. But, you know, I don't really have a problem if people want to make fun of Goodwill or whatever they want to do. It's their own channels and their own life. But I was at Goodwill, and I actually was there for maybe half an hour. I picked up 3 items, well, technically 4, one's a pair, and it was probably one of the most successful trips that I've had to Goodwill, and I wanted to share it. So starting things out, new old stock is just something that I always like. I'm trying to figure out what I want my eBay, Etsy, resale, whatever. You know, what is Trusty Mercantile's existence? I have no idea. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. But I do try and have some logic to what I am bringing into my eBay stores, and particularly what I sell here on my YouTube live sales. There's nothing wrong with buying anything that can make a profit, but because this is a side hustle for me, I want to have fun doing it. And I always am fascinated by items that are still sealed. And this one actually is dated 1976. So it's still younger than me. I tend also not to buy things that are younger than me, but it is in its original wrap. It is Wilton. I'm based in the Chicago area. Wilton is actually a local company. So it's not necessarily uncommon to come across Wilton items, but it is still uncommon to come across the new in package. It was $3.99. So a lot of people are complaining about Goodwill is that their prices are too high, that they're they're looking into reselling comps, they're looking at what people are doing, they're looking at eBay, and they're pricing things at a higher and higher level. I will say in general, that is not something I see. I travel, as my day job, I have a 9-state territory. I travel across the Midwest. I go into thrift stores throughout those territory. And yes, on occasion, I will find things that I feel are maybe a little too high, but only in the sense that they're definitely too high for me to buy for resale. But if somebody were interested for themselves, you know, it's a going price. So I don't tend to get on the hate wagon of Goodwill's raising prices. The fact is Goodwill needs to flip things. So if they're pricing it too high, they need to find the right person at the right time, just like an eBay seller does. So my local one is at least recognizing, although maybe some individual prices can still spike a little high, they're recognizing that there is going to be a limited appeal to a sealed 1976 kitchen item. But it is a cool item. It is a set of mini tier cake pans. So all the pans are in here. They're kind of nestled in here. And then they've also got the plastic riser to make that multi-tier design. They only sold it for $3.99. So I feel that's an absolutely fair price. This is not going to knock my socks off in reselling. It's hard to find this exact item, but new old stock Wilton items typically sell in the $20 to $30 range. So a $3.99 purchase, you know, put it online, see what happens. And all the things that I'm showing are actually online right now. So if you want to buy something, knock yourself out. This one will probably just go up as a regular purchase item. So be quick about it if you want to pick that up. So that was maybe level 1. Level 2 was this pair of bowls. They were sold individually. Again, price tag's right on there, $3.99. They're $3.99 each. So for an individual bowl, is $3.99 a little high? Maybe. But did a little digging. What caught my attention, I did like the design on this, but what caught my attention was the back. So you've got this scripted L, and then you've got it. You probably can't really see it in the video, but this design is etched into the clay and it's into the pottery. So you've got these edges designed with the kind of the coral color, and then all these swirly blues, and then the scripted L. Now, admittedly, when I first saw the L, I didn't know what it stood for. I'm thinking, did Lenox get into a pottery line? I really didn't know. Google Lens is your friend. So I did the search for this, and I combined it with the search for this, and I actually discovered that this is a Linda Fahey pattern from Anthropology. Anything that has the Anthropology name, again, now we're at something younger than my daughter, so typically things I would not sell, but anything with the Anthropology name, I've had a handful of items, those always do really well. A lot of, when you're reselling online, a lot of it is about the search term. So Linda Fahey may not be a name that everyone will know, except those that might collect this design, but people do know Anthropology, and this just has a very cool look. So it's not a perfect circle, it's not a perfect oblong, it kind of has that handmade shape to it. And it is, had to look it up, it has a combination, a couple references, ocean blue, Pacifica, or stormy seas. There's not a lot of activity of this size bowl. There was one on Worth Point, which was a set, that on average, I think made them sell for like $8 to $10, which isn't, again, crazy when you've got $3.99. But what I discovered, particularly with dinnerware, when you're dealing with big sets, you're also dealing with big shipping. So that does tend to suppress prices. So where a lot of people think, oh, you're going to get a full set, that doesn't mean you're getting a better price. It might mean you're getting a worse price. So where the money really comes in is selling them individually. And currently, there is someone selling these bowls on eBay for $96 each. Now, I personally feel that's insane. However, some of the individual pieces, like the dinner plates, some of the larger bowls, are selling into the hundreds. So it is not out of the question that this could sell for $96. Now, I'm not seeing any activity that has sold recently, and I do not mean to undercut anyone, but I am the 2 quick nickels instead of 1 slow dime. I'm going to recoup my money on these. These will go up as a pair in an auction. As of the recording, I haven't decided what the auction is going to start with, but it's going to be way below $96. So hopefully the right person will find it and be able to bid on it, and maybe it will bid up, and maybe the pair will sell for $200. But there's somebody selling them for $96. So this was definitely a good buy. Worth the time while I was in Goodwill to take a look and see what the comps were for something like that. And like I said, Google Lens, that's the only way I figured out what this was. Now, this is one of those, I'm not going to go as far like once in a lifetime, but I've had a couple rare finds where I found something for very inexpensive because someone didn't know what it was worth. And then after I did some digging, discovered what it was. This starts out as something fairly nondescript, and some of you might already recognize what this is. First, it's a box marked $2.99 with an S&H logo on it with a little hand trowel. It is Smith & Hawken. So I knew the Smith & Hawken name the minute I saw the box. So inside the box, when you take the lid off, is the Excelsior holding a blown glass ornament. All right, that's encouraging. It's Christmas time. Nice to have ornaments. Fairly large size, and right on the side, it says is Versailles Gardens. It says that on both sides. And then on the bottom, it has the date of 2007, and it is a numbered piece. So this one is saying it is 433 out of 1002. All right, that's weird. But anyway, so they made 1,002 of these. This has to be 433. All right, pretty piece. There is a small problem with it, which if you know my channel, almost caused me to put it down. If you look on this side, you can see there's 2 little rhinestones glued onto the side of this side of the ornament or the egg. And on this side, this rhinestone is missing. So there's one here, but there's not one here. There was a part of me that wanted to just pop it off so that no one would notice. Then I looked at the comps. One of these sold in August for $180. That was just 3 months ago. In August, $180. And there is currently one listed online for $160. I paid $299. So this is probably also going to go up as an auction. I will probably start it at either $75 or $95 because again, I will be perfectly happy to make anything near that for paying $299 and just kind of see where it goes because it is now December, so we're getting closer to Christmas. I should have listed this before, but because of the fundraiser, I didn't really have time. So between these items, realistically, I spent what, $3, $8, and $4. 12, 15 bucks plus tax, and I round up when I'm there. So under $20 what I spent, this will now sell for probably somewhere around 200 bucks, if not more. So Goodwill is not necessarily always our enemy. It sometimes means being in the right place at the right time. Clearly, this was right place at the right time, but it wasn't like I was picking through the carts that they were just loading it up. This was something that was sitting on the shelf, and in perfectly honestly, it was actually kind of in the back of the shelf. It had been pushed back. So sometimes it's just certain things have to catch your eye. You have to train your eye. That is absolutely this. Of all the things that were sitting there, the fact that this was a slightly different type of shape and this design in the back just made it worth looking at. So train your eye, figure out what things go. Trust me, and there's stuff I'll pick up like, oh yeah, made in China, available from Walmart, whatever. Okay, putting it back. But you still train your eye to say, okay, now I know what that is, and I don't need to waste my time on that again. These were some nice finds, and I'm really excited to be able to offer and start building up my eBay store again. I am doing back into community theater, so my live sales are going to be interrupted once again, but I might switch to another night. Things just are, it's a little Wild West again of what I'll be doing on my YouTube channel. So subscribe to my channel, sign up for the notifications. You'll never miss out when I do have a video posted. And if you're a reseller, we all joke about it, but hopefully you do give Goodwill a shot. And I hope you find some good information and good products at your Goodwill, and you can be successful as a reseller too. So thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you for putting your trust in Trusty Huckster. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Well, show me a sign if you're wishing me to stay. Otherwise, I say goodbye and finish out the day. And that sunrise in the morning and you got nothing to say. Oh, that's when I'll be headed on my way.